Hi everyone, it's Irit with a new process video, and I'm sorry I didn't record the first part of the layout. I actually started this and then I thought my battery was dead, but I really wanted to scrapbook, so I thought it would just be a layout that's not on video, but it kind of took a life of its own. So as you can see, I started with this nice piece of paper that has like all the colors, and I used a Martha Stewart butterfly punch to punch those butterflies. And I had in my head, I remember seeing on Pinterest this really beautiful layout that was very like delicate and with soft colors, and it had this idea of the butterflies kind of punched out in the pattern paper and then flying above. It was really beautiful. I don't remember who made it, so I'm really sorry about that, but it's not my idea. So I started with that general idea, and I really loved how it looked. But as you can see, if you were going, no, don't put the gesso on it, yeah, I just didn't love it, and I was willing to take the chance that I might mess up the whole thing. And the result, as you will see, is quite messy. I would say completely different from my last video. But I just had so much fun making this page, and I really loved it, and I'm definitely gonna go back to this. I don't know if I'm gonna use butterflies again, but these little die cuts that are, that have a little bit of dimension, because I used hot glue to adhere them to the background paper so they're not completely adhered, and then adding gesso on them and then adding the mists on them. I love how that looks. So I'm definitely going to do this again, maybe with lighter colors or cardstock or white cardstock, and but I really, really love it, and it just goes back again to taking a chance and trying something new, and accepting the fact that yes, you might ruin this page with 1.5 pattern papers that I don't have more of the same, but no risk, no fun, you gotta try. And I said it before, if I loved it in the beginning, I probably wouldn't have changed it, but I didn't. So I just wanted to see if I can make something that I love more, and I do. So I let the gesso dry, and then again using packaging, and again my mists. I just can't get over it, and I really love how this looks, and I really love the not having to use a lot of water. Even though with the gesso protects the paper under it, so the mists are gonna just lie on top of the gesso. They're not gonna sip through the paper. So you could use here more water. You could use watercolors, or you could put the mists and then spray some water on them. That would work too. But I just didn't see the need here. The packaging technique works really, really well when you're not using gesso, because then you don't need a lot of water to get that lovely watercolor, water-stained look. So again with the rainbows, and again with the mists, and again with everything. But yeah, I love it, and I love how it looks. And I used here a bunch of mists, a couple from Studio Calico, and most of it are from the Lindy Stamp Gang, which I'm completely addicted to. And slowly I'm seeing like where are the holes in my color palette of those mists. I need, I think, like a green one, even though I'm using the one I have from Studio Calico, but it's a little bit dark and I want something more bright, so I'll have to check it. And also I don't have red. I actually don't have a single red mist, which surprisingly I didn't feel like I needed, but yeah, I think that would be like a good addition to any like palette of colors, because you can't mix it by yourself. Yeah, So I was just going with the flow here, and then I started adding um, other elements. So I wanted the photo to have a couple more layers, and I used pattern paper. Everything here is from the July Scraptastic kit, and I said it in another video that as much as I love color, this kit is so colorful that it can be challenging if you want to tone things down a bit. And first of all, I think the layout as it started, like here on the video, without the gesso and everything, I think that could have been a great layout without all the additions. But also, I made it very, very colorful. But if you just wanted to tone it down a little bit, then adding a layer of gesso is a good way to do that. And just keeping in mind that we can customize things, and besides bringing other stuff from your stash, so you can bring more neutral pattern papers or cardstock or whatever, because I doubt if you really have only the papers in the kit. At least I have a stash, like a respectable size stash, and I'm sure a lot of you also have that. So just if you're struggling with all this color, take one colorful paper and then take a bunch of stuff from your stash. And I will be making some more layouts because I still have quite a few things left from the kit. So I'm also gonna try and see what I can do, and to make all this work for me. Yeah, as I said, it's because everything is so colorful. It's sometimes, even for me, and I love color, it's a bit challenging. So the photo here is just a photo of my daughter in the pool, and it's the pool at my husband's mom's house and brother. And my daughter she just loves being at the pool. She can be there all day long. She doesn't care how cold it is. And she's a little bit scared of water, I would say, but she loves it. And she gets really, really funny if a little bit water goes into her eyes. She starts kind of repeatedly asking for a towel, and kind of like can't do anything else until she can get a towel to wipe off all the water. We laugh at her a bit, but I was quite cautious, I guess, as a child, but I had, I think, a better relationship with water than she does. She likes it, but she's a little bit scared, which is not bad with water. She knows she's not allowed. She's never left alone in the pool or anything like that, but it's just a little bit funny sometimes. And yeah, and she was just having a really good time. I think a lot of people have now, lately I've seen suddenly so many private houses have pools, and on one hand there aren't a lot of sunny days here. Well, there are, but there's always rain, and it rains the whole year. So it's kind of funny to get a pool for a few hot weeks, but then again, I think the people really want to make the most of what they get. So if there is sun and it's warm, they are going out, they are in the pool. And yeah, we thought about it, but it's so much work, I think, to have a pool at home. It's just a lot of work, but maybe one day, who knows. So I backed the layout on a piece of cardstock that came with the Scraptastic kit, to straighten it out a bit, because the paper did warp. And yeah, there's not a lot more to tell. Another thing that I'm really, really, really loving right now is I think I only apply gesso with a spatula. I really recommend this as opposed to using a brush. First of all, it's somehow more therapeutic, and but that's not the reason. I just think you can create a thin, even layer with a spatula that you can't. I think the spatula is the right word. Um, I have it. You can see it in the top right corner of the video next to the glue there in the mist. That's what I mean. Like a palette knife, I guess, or a craft palette knife or whatever it is. They come in these packages and they're pretty cheap, but I think this is the best way to apply gesso, and I really, really recommend it if you haven't tried. It works a lot better than a brush, for me at least. And yeah, that's it kind of. I used a bunch of stickers from the kit and just made this very happy summery layout. So thanks for watching. Bye!